All right. Fantabulous. I am back. I am playing Democratic Socialism Simulator.
Democratic Socialism
Ooh.
Simulator. Democratic Socialism Simulator. Democratic Socialism Simulator.
All right, that was fascinating. We've learned not to have Twitch on with sound, at least. So I am looking at my channel so that I can see the chat. All right, so I'm now going to play Democratic Socialism Simulator. This is the first game that I'm going to play for Twitch for streaming from the bundle for racial justice and equality, which I purchased this summer after the murder of George Floyd as a way to give to BLM causes. So I'm going to click to start. As I explained before, oh, that's pretty loud. Let's see if I can even figure out on my laptop how to lower the volume. Function, Alt, Control. I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, welcome to the Democratic Socialism Simulator. Would you like to take a quick tutorial? Drag this card left or right to answer. Actually, I have done this before. So I will do that. Congratulations! This is your first day as president. Have you chosen a theme for your inauguration speech? Okay, so we could do hope or we could do political revolution. Certainly hope is excellent. Definitely Obama, for instance, had as his theme hope. Oh, I figured it out. It's the function key. Okay, fantastic. Anyway, let's try this. Even though we do not mean political revolution in the same way that others mean it currently, how about we have a political revolution to help the people of this country have more safety and happiness in their lives. So we're going to do a political revolution. How would you like your inauguration ceremony to be? Of course I would like it to be humble. Let's see. Wonderful ceremony. Moving speech. Now we have to start working. So many proposals, so little time. I'm sure that our next president, Joseph R. Biden, is feeling this way right now. Actually, I should get a little less political and say that currently our president, to be our president-elect, is going to work on coronavirus. So that's pretty important. So thank you very much. Uh-oh, my hair thing's falling off. All right. Unpopular opinion. Let's increase funding for the police, specifically for implicit bias and de-escalation training. All right, so this is where I would say, civil rights leader, I feel you. I understand that you want implicit bias and de-escalation training, but I would argue that, the choices I'm being given are that's for sissies and fund the police. So this is really difficult for me right now because, honestly, we can reallocate funds to give implicit bias and de-escalation training to police without increasing their budget. However, I do not think it's for sissies, so we're going to go ahead and fund the police. That kind of training is quite necessary. Obviously, the simulator was made before this year, because certainly fund the police is not a banner kind of statement right now. I was trying to wear the spa bow in order to look cuter, but obviously that's not working. Can we overturn the Muslim ban? It's kind of xenophobic, kind of unconstitutional. Well, it's extremely xenophobic, so we're going to overturn that for sure. Having trouble connecting with Christians? Visit the Pope. He is a crypto leftist after all. Actually, this current Pope is pretty excellent in many ways. While I do say no gods, no masters is pretty much my feeling about things as an atheist. Certainly it makes sense for a president of the United States to go hang out with the Pope. So let's go. All right. To impress the Pope, you should casually drop a cool verse from the Bible. So I don't know what either of these are. Maybe someone on my chat can tell me what these are. Not that I think that anyone is actually chatting with me right now. Oh, my daughter, Alyssa Bianca, is chatting with me right now. Did Alyssa Bianca actually follow me now? I don't know. Anyway, hey Alyssa, do you know what these Bible verses are? Like, do you know which one that I should pick for the Pope? I don't know. I'm gonna guess Matthew. Is it Christmas already? What are you gonna say in your video message? I'm gonna say happy holidays, obviously, because I'm a commie pinko bastard. Yo, is it time to tackle the housing crisis? Absolutely. It's always time to tackle the housing crisis. Though I would say that, once again, coronavirus, getting that under control and our populace vaccinated is more important than anything that I am currently doing in the simulator. We propose a big trust fund to create millions of affordable housing units, no ghettos, no red lines. Oh, hell yeah, we are. Build and fix. I will say that right now in the city of Oxford, Ohio, where I am on the Housing Advisory Commission, I am attempting to get our housing trust fund funded for just that reason. Tax house flippers, add a penalty for empty homes, and give tax breaks to the folks who are being priced out of their hoods. Yeah, let's do that. Absolutely. The Supreme Court is still dominated by old conservatives and young conservatives. See how old this game is? The Supreme Court is dominated by young conservatives and threatens to overturn your policies. Should we reform it? How would we reform it? I don't know. We could add 2 new seats to rebalance the Supreme Court. Republicans turned it into a partisan body. Let's take it back. Absolutely. That sounds like a great way to me. It won't pass, maybe later, or other ideas. What other ideas do we have? We could limit the Supreme Court justices' tenure. Each president appoints 2 members, which replace the most senior ones. That's interesting. I don't think that would happen in this country, but sure, let's try to amend the Constitution and have that happen. At my earliest convenience, here's the draft for the Pentagon budget. Nothing new, only needs a rubber stamp. Well, what I would say is, and I will say that when it comes to the military, I'm actually less Democratic Socialist than some might wish me to be. But still, any budget, let's re-examine it, right? By the way, re-examine was spelled wrong in the simulator, so strange. Budget item, Space Force, brand new branch, still figuring out its purpose, very promising. Well, as we all know, we have NASA, and NASA has been working quite well with private folks like Elon Musk, so SpaceX. So let's cut that. We really don't need Space Force. Honey, so the environmentalist calls me honey. Coal power plants are the worst. Why do we even keep them alive? Well, let's do a slow phase out. All right, let's be real. Okay, and I think that is already happening. It will become a quicker and quicker phase out if you just start working on renewable energy and providing funds and grants for the research into that. So I shouldn't even tell you this, but legalized pot done, not only will that help the civil liberties of everybody in the United States of America, but basically marijuana being illegal has caused problems for people of color. It's basically racial warfare, class warfare, like the whole, definitely pot needs to be legalized. The criminal justice system has too many people in prison. Wait, you also got to get people with marijuana related convictions out of jail. Yeah, we do. Done. Wait, you also got to invest all the new revenues into the communities fucked over by the war on drugs. Yeah, I mean, that would be great. I'm going to say done. Obviously, we're in a situation right now where not all of this is going to get done, which is probably the point. Can't get all of this done right away. But you know what? This is just a simulator. I can wish for whatever I want. Stop right there. Let's not create another big tobacco, co-ops for marijuana businesses, labels, health standards. So here's another place where my democratic socialism does fall to the wayside. I have to admit that although I like some regulation, I do think that too much, like co-ops for marijuana businesses, I don't know that we need to do that. Like, is there a problem with there being big marijuana? Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard to say. Why don't we just go with what the Democratic Socialism Simulator says, and we'll just say done. Okay. Then, what do we got? Budget item. The F-22 and the F-15 fighter jets. Obsolete, but cool looking. More of a job creation program, to be honest. Well, you know, No, here's the deal with this one. Okay, this is the first one where I have something to, like, actually say. Like, I don't care if it's a job creation program. Like, I get that this defense advisor is, like, trying to convince me of things, but there is no point in making obsolete products to build up our military. So I say we defund these two types of fighter jets. Goodbye. Union rights have been fucked for too long. I do not recall if I said that my channel was not okay for kids. So I am saying the word fucked a lot. But it's in the game. So if a majority of workers votes to form a union, it has to be certified. Period. So I will tell you this. I'm going to say it depends, because police unions are basically a bane to racial justice. So I'm actually going to put it depends on here. The defense advisor would like me to know that the Iraqi government is calling for all foreign troops to leave. They want us out. Okay, this gets hard. So here's what I was talking about. It is really hard to extricate yourself once you are like the greatest power on earth, to extricate yourself from your military obligations. However, if it's the Iraqi government, I would say that the best thing to do is to withdraw. So we'll do that. Surely you are aware that leaving Iraq would jeopardize our presence in the whole region. ISIS might surge. Maybe. I admit I'm not like really big on military strategy or like all this stuff. I agree ISIS might surge. Another reason ISIS might surge is that we treat Muslims like shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and say withdraw. We have an extravagant budget surplus. When the bar is full, the extra money goes to a new sovereign wealth fund. Interesting. And it's used to buy shares in existing companies. Basically, we slowly and legally socialize the means of production. Interesting. Want to chip in for clearing some unexploded bombs in Laos. After all, you guys dropped them there. Yeah, we did. We did drop them. It's our duty. Absolutely. The education advisor says motion to cancel student debt affecting millions of Americans. Absolutely. I mean, let's think about that. Basically, our country would be better to have an educated populace. Definitely, we have been making college a requirement for many different jobs in the United States. So definitely canceling the student debt is a good idea because honestly, it helps the economy to have people not have this student debt and instead be spending that money once they have jobs on cool shit that they can then have. Also, I think that this is still a little loud. Alright, there we go. So yeah, we're going to cancel the student debt for sure. I think my daughter even stopped watching this, but that's fine. Alright, we have failed a generation. Student debt is a major crisis that we can end immediately. Yeah, absolutely. And I believe that's what our President-elect Joseph Biden would like to do. So thank you. Question, what did you mean by winning the class war? Class as in? No, not style or fashion. Of course I mean the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. Duh. Our handsome buses run on diesel. They'd be much more attractive if they were electric. Transits? Buses are not the problem. I mean, no, buses aren't really the problem, but let's do it. Let's get it done. Your student loan cancellation primarily benefited the middle class. You better have something for workers too. Hey, that's fair. It's absolutely true. Body cameras on all police officers. More oversight, more reality TV about cops. Yeah, no, body cameras are actually, I don't like that this even gives the choice that that's gimmicky. It is absolutely not gimmicky. Having any accountability for police officers when they're engaged with citizens is very important. So absolutely buy those body cameras. All right, I hate smart gadgets, but we need a smart grid to increase efficiency and adapt to renewables, which is very smart. Immigration advisors. Should we keep building the wall on the Mexico border? We are like 13% done. I will say stop the madness. The wall was absolutely ridiculous. All right, let's put pressure on our trading partners. A fee on imported goods that we deem pollution intensive. That actually, so I'm not a big fan of tariffs, but a fee on imported goods that we deem pollution intensive. That definitely sounds like a good idea. I mean, if they can sell their wares elsewhere for cheaper, that's fine. We'll figure it out. Sorry to interrupt. The constituents are anxious. Will you push for Medicare for all? Absolutely. And I regret to say that our President-elect Joseph Biden does not want to have Medicare for all, but absolutely we need Medicare for all. Our healthcare system is completely broken. You could establish a single-payer health plan. The government covers all the bills. Simpler, less wasteful, just lovely. Yeah, basically, I know you people that disagree with me don't realize this, but the insurance companies take so many billions of dollars a year to basically just make money. So definitely a single-payer health plan would be great. Let's do it. Socialized healthcare is actually slavery, says Fox News. Yeah? Hi, Fox News. Actually, what happens if I do Fox News over here? We're officially in deficit. It means that spending exceeds revenues, and it makes me quite nervous. I do really like this treasurer. Very cute. Alright. Budget item. Nuclear arsenal modernization. If somebody has to blow up the world, it should be us. Salient. Cut. Yeah, we need to figure out our nuclear arsenal for sure. Let's try to not have one. Bosses can just call workers contractors and get away with everything. Bullshit or not? Actually, cute story. I once ran a comic book shop as a contractor. I made less than minimum wage to run a store for some folks because basically they just didn't I really liked the job. So for a few months, I did make less than minimum wage to manage a store. So I will say I call bullshit on that. National parks are basically the only thing every American likes. Shall we bump their funding? Bump the funding? I mean, I don't know that we need to bump the funding. I think we need to keep them going. You know what? I'm going to put not necessary and see how sad the simulator gets. Ooh, infighting alert. A batch of leftist candidates are challenging our party incumbents. Don't endorse them. Well, right here, honey. AOC, the squad. No, I will absolutely endorse them. Speak truth to power is what I have to say. For a swift transition to renewables, we need to create a new agency, Power Marketing Administration. Yeah, let's do it. Maybe we should tax the middle class a bit more. And by middle class, I mean everybody. I'm gonna actually say, that's hard. I'm gonna say unpopular, even though I know that more taxes would be necessary. So the problem is that the Fox Newsy kind of people do not understand that, like, let's say we wanted Medicare for all, right? Obviously, we need to tax people more for that because we don't have the budget to create that kind of program without the money coming from somewhere. Obviously, there's certain ways to reallocate funding, but obviously that's going to be an extremely expensive program. So in reality, I think taxes should be raised on practically everybody in order to have Medicare for all or single-payer healthcare. But what I wish people would do the math on is that if they would just, like, see how much they spend on medical stuff throughout their lifetime, not just as a healthy, like, 25-year-old that can, like, get drunk every night and have absolutely no ill effects. Like, no, you're going to be 70 someday, all right? So pay more taxes now, and you're going to get that health care that you need when you're older, and it will cost a lot less. So I wish people thought that through a bit more, but a lot of people only think about the here and now. Anyway. Treasure, crazy idea. What if we taxed capital gains from stocks at the same rate as income? So I will tell you this. I actually have quite a bit of money in stocks, or my daughter does, I should say, my 16-year-old daughter. We basically put all the savings that we save for her into stocks. So I actually feel a little sad about the fact that there are really high capital gains taxes. Because it feels a bit unfair, considering that we put this money in there and wanted to obviously make some money. There's like fees for the company that we have to buy our stocks through. There's like, we're already taxed on. It's hard. It's a lot of tax for putting that risk into the stock market. But I get it. And I also don't ever want to choose any choice that says no, long live Reagan. So, by the way, those of you who like Reagan, I just would like you to research, aside from the complete failure of trickle-down economics, just research the AIDS epidemic. I mean, the man basically committed genocide in our country. So, press secretary, bad reputation among the elites. Befriend a billionaire. Some of them are decent people. Some of them are decent people. Like, I'd love to have a meetup with Bill Gates. He does a really good job with stuff. And he puts chips in people, so, energy advisor. We can cut 30% of residential energy consumption by weatherizing all homes. Can you believe it? I can believe it. I want to believe. Great. We will give away grants to retrofit leaky buildings, and they will prioritize. Let's prioritize low-income families, because actually that will be more effective, because often those are folks in apartments. So to actually retrofit large apartment buildings or 2-family, 3-family residences, like it's a good idea to retrofit the most things possible. So big older homes that your 70-year-old grandma who was a lawyer, she should retrofit her own damn house. All right, what about stopping all deportations for undocumented folks who lived more than 5 years in the USA? Yeah, that's hard, because I'm gonna say that's a good idea though. There's some nuance to immigration that we should talk about, but lobbyists, you better include charging stations for electric vehicles in your smart grid overhaul. I would agree with that. Right now, the big problem with having an electric car is actually that there are not enough charging stations. Now, while I would like for corporations to actually cover that, I can understand why they would want to see the infrastructure in place before going full tilt into electric cars. So it's on me. Yeah, where is all this money coming from? I bet you're wondering. Let's provide a swift pathway to citizenship for the millions of undocumented immigrants in America. That sounds reasonable, though, like I said, there's some nuance to immigration. Your lovey-dovey immigration policies are quite unpopular. Can I help you find the right balance? So this guy here with the wolfie hat, with the mean hat and the wolfie face, this is Stephen Miller, and Stephen Miller has no place in my administration. Fuck you, Stephen Miller. Go away. Jacqueline Magazine, the left must keep lefting. Why, thank you. The left must keep lefting. Look at me left right over there. The midterm elections are upon us. I'm a bit nervous. You should be a bit nervous, because there's a bunch of cultists out there that think that all of these excellent policies that we've been implementing are terrible. So yeah, I feel ya. I understand why you're nervous. Oh, I lost seats in Congress. Yeah. Election results. First midterm, lost seats in Congress. That does not surprise me. This is gonna make things harder, I bet.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever.
Carbon tax is a beautiful way to make polluters pay and incentivize a train station. I love it. I love it.
Makes us run.
Ooh, treasure. Oh, so now the simulator's telling me Congress won't pass it, but maybe later. This is getting loud again. Corporations and billionaires are moving their wealth to offshore tax havens. I have a plan to stop them. I'm listening. Absolutely. To curb evasion, all countries should automatically exchange tax information. Yeah, I'm sure that'll help other countries too. Absolutely. Switzerland is refusing to comply to tax transparency agreements. It's kind of their whole biz. You know what? Let's do a big whatever on that. Let's let Switzerland be Switzerland. We have a lot to deal with. We have coronavirus and vaccinations to deal with. Okay, transportation advisor. Picture bullet trains zooming across our Great Plains. Railroads created in America. They can revive it now. Bullet train planes. That would be fun. Yeah, absolutely. I can picture it. You're introducing the solar roof. It looks like a normal roof, but it's done to existed. Pretty sure I know people with solar roofs, but okay. Uh-oh, party divided, meme-wielding millennials unseat venerable centrists, which is awesome. Let's move that to the left on that. Civil rights leader, no one should be in jail because they don't have carbon tax is a beautiful way to make polluters pay and incentivize the transition. I love it. I love it too. We are in deficit. Only Republicans are allowed to blow big holes in the budget. We are the responsible ones. I know, but we had to buy a lot of stuff. Here's the deal. Spend money now to make the system right and equitable and fair and sensible and science-based and evidence-based, and eventually the economy will fall into line. It will. Alright? So, sorry that we're in deficit. Don't be afraid of that. The biggest tax haven is the USA. Let's help other countries investigate their citizens hiding well here. I personally am super not big into hypocrisy, so I already said that all nations should share tax information. That is true for us as well. The energy advisor. Turbines everywhere. The wind generation potential is 9 times our energy demand. Yeah. Even though I know windmills cause cancer. I understand. Oh, is the music too loud? Okay. Thank you. That's my daughter telling me that. So let me try some. There you go. I have lowered the volume. Are you still watching? Oh, you want me off of here too, I bet, because my daughter wants to stream. Well, I will let you know, Alyssa, that you can stream in a minute because I sense that the election is going to happen. Alright. Here's a plan. We increase subsidies for residents with solar panels. Yeah, absolutely. Then we allow people to sell the excess energy with smart meters. Yeah, absolutely. And the solar panels are made in the USA. I don't care if the Chinese ones are
makes
cheaper.
us strong.
Yeah. Oh my God, we are still subsidizing oil exploration. Isn't it so 20th century? We do still need oil, y'all. I'm gonna be like this. We do still need oil. Your pro-labor agenda convinced millions of working-class non-voters to get back to party politics. Yeah. Fantabulous. We are printing money like the Weimar Republic here. We do try to contain the deficit. Let's establish a progressive tax on extreme wealth. It will only affect the 0.1% of raised trillion. Damn right. That's under the new wealth tax, billionaires will be taxed at the same rate as middle-class homeowners. Yes, exactly. Nice economy you have right there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. Get lost. The 2 senators per state rule is profoundly undemocratic and favors an overwhelmingly white states. Now, I'm gonna say bet the Constitution, unfortunately. Let's see what he says though. They can increase the seats in the Senate and apportion the senators according to the state's population. Scary, but fair. So we are currently apportioning representatives in the House to the state's population. So that is I'm gonna say it won't pass, maybe later. I really need to think that through. The IRS has been gutted. If we want to recover lost revenues, we need to fund it more. I agree. We need some taxes. The IRS needs to do taxes. The polls are clear. We need a pet in the White House. Well, we need a dog. Don't we already have a dog? We already had a dog. I don't know why this simulator is making it seem like we need to fix that. Poor people on trial rely on public defenders. Guess what? They're underfunded. Folks end up with shitty pleas. I will increase funding of it. Now, I will say that crime, like the criminal justice system, criminalized a lot of things. Like, first of all, marijuana is still illegal currently. But I would say that I would like for less things to be criminalized. I would like to see less enter the criminal justice system for things that They may have done things because they're addicts. They may have done things because they are addicted. They may have be mentally ill. Like, there's all sorts of reasons that people end up in the criminal justice system. They could probably be dealt with in a better way to prevent that from happening. Okay, back to the game. Treasure. Weird. The estate tax is full of loopholes. It's almost like it's designed by very wealthy people. We'll close the loopholes. I mean, gosh, even libertarians want to close the damn loopholes. The death tax deserves to die. The American race believes expropriation. Fox News, shut the fuck up. Dow Jones plunges 800 points, proof that socialism doesn't work. Yeah, the Dow Jones plunges 800 points. All of it. Maybe not all of it. Okay, economists. Investments are languishing. So I prepared an economic development package. Cash and near cash incentives.
For the union makes us strong.
Housing advisor. 500,000 Americans live in the street. House them, and the rich folks will stop bitching about them. It would be nice to house these people. What about a 70% tax on earnings above $10 million? That's what we used to do until the 70s. Yeah, tax the rich. The government will take most of your earnings and become a multi-millionaire, says Fox News. Oh well. Do you want jobs? Cut corporate taxes and they'll just happen. That's how the economy works. Nice try. That is not how the economy works. That's how many people think it works, and it has been shown otherwise. Question: you once said billionaires should not exist. Is the wealth tax constitutional? Some billionaires don't think so. Says work. It's redistricting time. I was thinking, why don't we hire Jerry Salamander to redraw the electoral districts in our favor? No. Democrat. I'm surprised that they even have like a Democratic candidate. No, that's unfair. Press secretary. So what are you gonna wear to tomorrow? I am the president, so I'm going to wear a suit. A Native American tribe is suing the State Department for authorizing an oil pipeline on their land. Yeah, we need to settle. See, we shouldn't have oil pipelines on their land. It's their land. This is so embarrassing. I want to kill myself. We have to reroute that pipeline and pay reparations. Yeah. Let's reroute it. Please, a comment about the blackface incident. Well, I am outraged. So, different times. So there's, I'll tell you, this one's hard. I will be outraged, but I am sad that people are outraged so much and do the whole cancel culture thing when what we should be doing is reaching out to people and helping them understand how to be anti-racist and to realize their past mistakes. Anyway, the Treasurer says our Financial Stability Oversight Council detected an explosive growth of leveraged lending and collateralized loan applications. What? Banks are lending money to heavily indebted companies. The high-risk loans are then packaged and resold. Very 2008. Yeah, it's pretty bad that happens. That's how we get into trouble in our economy. A good year for indie music, but also the global financial crisis. Oh no. Oh yes, we can tighten lending standards, but the risk of another financial meltdown is real. You know, we could raise taxes on corporations that have obscene pay gaps between CEOs and workers. Yeah, invest in workers. Wall Street is on strike. Investors dump assets. Stocks dip down. Retirement funds lose value, and grandmas get upset. Let's invest in big solar power plants. We've got plenty of desert in the States. What if it's cloudy? That's not fine. Okay, rural advisor. Farmers got heaps of land with little help. We can grow energy alongside crops. Yeah, take a subsidy to encourage them to do stuff. The presidential elections are here. You get a second term, 4 more years. You have been reelected, but you lost seats in Congress. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Alright, imagine a 0.5% tax on every financial transaction. It would limit speculation and raise alarm. That's harsh. No, that's too risky. Sorry. 3 months of paid parental leave for everyone. It's an extra 1.6 a week. In payroll taxes, no excuses. That is a good investment. Choo-choo! It's the austerity train. Next up, defunding infrastructure. Oh, that is not funny. You cannot defund infrastructure. I actually live right near Cincinnati, where a bridge fell down recently-ish. Actually, I think there was recently another bridge that got messed up. So, it sounds cheesy, but planting trees totally helps the environment. So let's plant trees. Many viable businesses are shutting down due to the economic crisis. We bow to the inscrutable will of the market. No, I won't bow. Workers should have first rights on buying out a company that is being dissolved. We can take it from there. I said that was okay for them to do. I mean, if the company is failing anyway, public housing has a bad rep because the projects are underfunded. What are you going to do? I'm going to fund them. Duh. The gender pay gap is still a thing, and it shouldn't be. Reintroduce the Paycheck Fairness Act, a step in the right direction. I will say that I do know some about this. It is a complex problem, as the simulator suggests, but it seems to me that you should still have a Paycheck Fairness Act in which you have policy that encourages rules and procedures that will allow people to make what they are worth, regardless of gender. Our constituents are furious about the deficit crisis. Many of us are refusing to vote along party lines. Spending too much money. Hyperinflation and widespread corruption. This administration has no legitimacy. Grassroots organizations are campaigning in support of our reforms. I'm happy crying so much. Yeah. A bunch of social justice orgs are putting pressure on your moderate pals. We've got your back. Thank you, civil rights leader, because I would say that racial justice and equality are very, very important. Spending without revenues is a recipe for disaster. Even socialist governments need to balance the books. No lie. That's true. We do. The opioid epidemic killed 400,000 Americans. I submit we go after the corporations that enabled it. Get them all. Which is already happening since this game got created. One of the pharmaceuticals that I forget the name, but they've been punished greatly for the opioid crisis. So that's awesome. An offer you can't refuse. You give us a few tax-exempt development zones and we'll start new businesses. That actually, I'm cool with that. Just because that's a help to those businesses. Awkward. Some Democrats are joining the Republicans in a call for moderation and fiscal responsibility. considered resignation? It's uncommon, but somewhat honorable. So let me guess. These are these centrist Democrats that just don't understand that spend the money now and then restructure it so that the economy is better later. It will be. It will be. If we do these things, the economy will be better because people like you and me can go to Walmart and spend more money if we make more money. It's just that simple. Or anyway, Walmart's evil, by the way. Oh, hi, how are you doing? No, never. I'm not resigning. Shush. This is awkward. We'd like to escort you out of this office. I'm busy now. Irrelevant. As a matter of fact, we formed a special military commission and decided to depose you. My apologies. No. Game over. I've been overthrown. Who knew America can topple its own government? Oh. So I lost. I lost the Democratic Socialism Simulator, which I assume any Democratic Socialist will end up losing. So, all right. That was fantastic. Thank you for joining me. Oops. I'm not going to play it again. So I am going to go ahead and stop the stream. But it has been